For many U.S. citizens, their first introduction to Chinese food came through dining at a restaurant featuring Cantonese cuisine.
I think I know quite a lot about Chinese cooking, but actually I only really know about Cantonese cuisine, and there's so much more in China.
This dates back to the original Cantonese immigrants coming to work on the railroads in the 1800s. The Cantonese cooking began to take hold in the United States as the first Chinese regional cuisine. To this day, its international acceptance still tops the list of the 8 Chinese cuisines, 八大菜系. Closely follow Sichuan cuisine, 川菜. About 66.8% of overseas diners have tasted Cantonese food. And among the preferred dishes, the top 3 are pineapple sweet and sour pork, 菠萝咕噜肉, shrimp dumpling, 虾饺, and sumai, 烧麦. But for those who have better understanding of Cantonese cooking, they would know the differences between the local and exported Cantonese cuisine. Besides, what sets Cantonese cuisine apart from China's other regional cooking styles? And what makes Cantonese cuisine China's haute cuisine? You may find answers to the questions in today's lesson. Cantonese or Yue cuisine originates from Guangdong province, southeast of China around Hong Kong. And it is the most widely served style of Chinese cuisine in the world. Though what's served abroad now has departed from authentic Cantonese cuisine. As early as the Eastern Han Dynasty, there were records in Huainanzi, a book providing kingcraft and Taoism philosophy, regarding the wide variety and refined nature of foodstuffs used to make Cantonese dishes. The ancestors in the south of the 5 ridges, Lingnan, developed their unique dining style. Later, as residents in the Central Plains migrating southward, their cooking ideas influenced the local Cantonese. A typical example is the concept of Confucius. Eat no rice, but is of the finest quality, nor meat, but is finely minced. The saying, they eat everything with 4 legs except tables and everything that flies except airplanes, is a classic exaggeration. The staple food in Cantonese cuisine mainly include fresh fish and shellfish, rice, tropical fruit such as mangoes and lychees, and a wide array of vegetables. In addition to seafood, the Cantonese diet includes beef, chicken, and pork. If using a few keywords to describe its flavors, fresh, mild, natural, healthy, and a bit sweet could summarize a greater part of Cantonese dishes. An authentic Cantonese chef's goal is to preserve the food's original flavor and make it as fresh as possible. Unlike other Chinese styles of cooking, such as Sichuan style, where the cook buries the food in a lot of spices and oil, a Cantonese chef aims to bring out or highlight the original flavors of the vegetable, meat, or fruit. So little spice or sauce is used generally. Additionally, Cantonese select food when they are best in season. As an idiom says, the north wind sweetens the heart of the cabbage. 北风起，菜心甜. The turn of the heart of cabbage also indicates that they usually select the best part of food to eat. The result of Cantonese cooking technique might seem mild, bland, or insipid to foreigners who are used to the overseas style of Chinese food, where a lot more sugar and spice is used. It takes some time to appreciate its mild and distinct flavors and certain benefits that come along. The first is low calorie. Unlike overseas Chinese food and some regional styles, there aren't much oil, grease, or dairy products, so there are not a lot of calories in the dishes. Also, it is nutritious and the mild flavor accommodates to the living environment. The well-matched combination of vegetable and meat, whole grain and refined grains, plus the beloved Canton soup compose a balanced and healthy dieting system. In terms of seasoning, unlike sugar and spice, back home, oyster sauce, 蚝油, dominates the Cantonese kitchen, which is made from boiling oysters and seasonings. Steaming and stir-frying are two important Cantonese cooking techniques. Given the emphasis on freshness in Cantonese cuisine, it is not surprising that steaming is popular, as this is the least intrusive cooking technique and the healthiest. As for stir-frying, the Cantonese are the acknowledged experts. Cantonese cooks believe every stir-fry must exude a taste and aroma that comes from having 火气, 火气, or whole broth. With the right 火气, the food will have the right aroma. The flavors are concentrated, the meat is juicy and almost tastes grilled or smoky. Vegetables are crisp and there is an overall slightly burnt taste. Cantonese have enjoyed the abundance of ingredients for a good reason, thanks to the climate. Cantonese cooks are fortunate to live in an area with rich rainfall and a tropical climate. The province of Guangdong is a major agriculture area, while its provincial capital, Guangzhou City, known in the west as Canton, is a major Chinese seaport located on the Pearl River. Lush rice paddies abound throughout the Pearl River Delta. Due to the differences in geography, origin, and culture, Cantonese cuisine is further divided into three types. Guangdong cuisine, including Guangzhou dishes, 广府菜, an inclusive cuisine featuring stir-fries, 潮州 and Shantou dishes, 潮汕菜, famous for the cooking of seafood, and Hakka dishes, 客家菜, which retained the oily and salty flavor in its origin in central plains. Because of their immigrating habits and the communications between different regions and neighboring countries, the inventive Cantonese also incorporated cooking methods from North China and the Western world, and included the use of ingredients from southeastern countries such as coconut milk and curry powder. If you want to live like a Cantonese, you must try starting your day with morning tea, 早茶. Unlike the British afternoon tea, the morning tea happened during the breakfast time, and the atmosphere is quite casual. Tea is the necessary part in it. Morning tea prefers to take the black tea because it functions to warm the stomach and is hence helpful for digesting. The common tea used in morning tea will be oolong tea, 铁观音 tea, 普洱 tea. Snacks play a significant role in morning tea. There are two kinds of morning tea, the solid ones and the liquid ones. The solid ones can be Chinese dumplings, steamed buns, glutinous food, etc. And the liquid ones can be porridge, 龟苓 jelly, 龟苓膏, bean curd jelly, 豆腐脑, etc. Traditionally, the morning tea ceremony involves ordering a pot of black tea and at least 2 different kinds of dim sum or other steamed dishes. Morning tea culture now is not only popular in Canton area, but also an overseas trend. It is easy to find Canton morning tea restaurants in New York or Los Angeles, even in a remote island in South Pacific Ocean. Finally, let's take a look at Cantonese food menu, and I'll recommend some of my favorite dishes to you. The first dish to start a Cantonese meal is always Canton soup. And in feasts or banquets, goose is a must-served dish. If you want to know whether a Cantonese restaurant is good or not, be free to order its barbecued pork. That's like bread and butter to a Cantonese. You can also go with some steamed dim sum, of which popular choices are shrimp dumpling, pineapple bun, and somai. If you just want to have a quick solution, then shrimp wonton noodle, 云吞面, is the best for you, for it has almost everything: protein, carbohydrates, and some vegetable. Although small pan rice, 煲仔饭, is also tasty and fulfilling, the cooking time is generally longer. That's the end of today's class. See you next time.